Yeah, so in last session, we discussed about designing of our pivot details page in which we have finished the DML operation only for the insertion purpose. So today what we do is we'll design the search page, this particular search page, and we'll try to navigate between search page and pivot details page. Okay, and we need to have appropriate columns for the purpose of calling the pivot details page in the view mode or create mode or update mode, but we'll do it step by step. Initially, we just simply try to design a search page. Later on, we'll change some set of functionalities one by one. So for now, what
Last
we do?
last class we not the details, right? Pivot headers we designed, right? Pivot headers.
That will also we'll do it. As of now, we'll design the search and later we'll do the lines.
Oh yeah, last time we designed the pivot header one.
Yes,
Not
only header part. Yes, only header part. Okay. So let me name this page as pivot search page. So that, okay. So I'll just, now in the search page, we require a Vivo, right? In the search page, we require a Vivo. So best thing is this Vivo should not be used. It's the best. We should not use this particular Vivo. The basic reason is this is an updatable Vivo and we are already using this particular Vivo in our DML page. So it is always better to have a separate Vivo for the purpose of read-only purpose. So now what I'll do is I'll just consider only this Vivo. Let me just execute. Let's use only the columns which we require because later we need to change this Vivo to have only the columns which we require. Okay, so I'll just say pivoh dot pivoh header ID pivoh dot segment 1 pivoh dot vendor ID pivoh dot site ID dot status. Okay. Dot pivoh columns. Okay. So this is our query for the purpose of pivot details Vivo. Okay, pivot details Vivo. So now in this one server package, I'll just say new view object XX mini. This is okay. Better name it as XX pivot details like this. Yeah, somewhere there are some mistakes, right? This pivot should have been capital, but yeah, it went down like that. But let it be pivot details Vivo read-only access. And now mention the query. Next, 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 and finish. Now we'll assign the XX pivot details Vivo to the AM, apply and okay. Now let's design our pivot search page. New, web components, pivot search page. Pivot search page. Similarly, set the controller for the pivot search page. Set new controller. Pivot search Sivo. On the pivot search page, set the default properties. XX mini. Pivot search page. Okay. Yeah. So generally search page always will have a search region as well as results region. So we'll just have the similar logic. I'll just create two regions. One is search region. Other one is results region. Pivot details data, or I can say pivot details. Now in the search region, let's say as of now, let's have only two columns searching the pivot based on the PO number as well as PO header ID. This may not be a correct one, but let's try this way. Okay, later on we can change this search region also. I will have two items, PO header ID, searching based on the PO ID as well as PO number. And similarly, we require one more item, nothing but a submit button for the purpose of performing a search. Okay, I will name this one as search BTN. Then I will name it as search. And this one, I will name it as PO header ID. Enter PO ID. PO number ID. Okay. Enter PO number. Now, in the results region, like what we try to do is, one important thing is, last time we discussed about the table region, but we want to use advanced table region in this particular scenario. The basic reason is there is no difference. Advanced table region will have some more extra properties compared to the table region, but functionality is same. But one drawback is for advanced table region, here if you observe, let us say new region using a wizard, just click on next, select the Vivo X6 Mini, Vivo details. Here you don't see any advanced table region availability here. But let us say if you just observe the table region is available. Okay. So the problem is for advanced table region, we don't have a wizard option. You don't have a wizard option, nothing but we have to create manually advanced table region. So first thing what we do is, let's generate the table region using the wizard option. Now, after that, what I'll do is, let us select all the columns, change the item style to style text. Style text. Okay. Now, just keep it up. Yeah. Now here, if you just see, okay, you have an option called advanced table. Just see whether it allows or not. I'll just change it, but it will lose everything. It will lose everything. Let's try that. Can you see? There is nothing here now. There is nothing. Just the name got changed. So there is no advantage of using that. But let me show you one more thing. What we do is, I just want to show you one of the shortcut. I mean, some of the help which is available for developers, so that it will be helpful while designing. So first thing is just design using this one. Design using the normal table. Okay. And later on, we just move these components from one region to another region, by dragging and dropping. So that, yeah, finish. That's it. So don't touch this table region now. What you do is, in this results region, just create a new region. And this is of the style advanced table region, advanced table region. Okay. And I'll just say PO details, advanced table region. Okay. Advanced table. Okay. Just say results. Now in the advanced table region, the concept is, here if you observe the normal table region, you just have a table region and then the column. But in the advanced table, it is not like that. You're required to have a column header as well as the item. Just right click here and just click here, new column. This is just a column header. In this one, you need to create an item manually like this. Okay. And also you require a header again separately. You require header. So this column component will have two things. One is the actual item which you want to display, and the other one is the header part. So what I'll do is, for now, I'll just want to show you one example. Then later on, we'll just set all the columns. Okay. I'm just copy pasting the PO header ID here. Okay. Now PO header ID 1 is available in the column 1, and the sortable header, I'll name it as PO header ID. Okay. And now, for now, what I'll do is, I'll try to show the details by default. Okay. Later on, we'll implement search region with the appropriate searching criteria. So go to AMIMPL. Now here, export connect PO details Vivo. What is the Vivo name? XX Vivo details Vivo. Okay.
Actually, bottom is available, right? And it is going to construct the class, right? Here at bottom, it already generated.
Yeah, it will be there. If it is not there, it will not even allow you to call from AM, right? We assign the Vivo to the AM. That is why it is having the getter method here. That was the doubt, or?
No. Just what I am trying to do is, I'm copying, pasting them. When we're practicing, I already just rather than saying the Vivo, just I am copying and pasting here that for that to search the Vivo name here.
Okay. So for now, I'm just trying to execute the Vivo on page load, but we have to modify this, okay? Okay, yeah. So let's see how the search page looks like.
This one you copied pivot header ID and dropped here, right? This pivot under the this one.
Yeah, copy paste, Control C, Control V.
You copied from the header from the other table to this tables.
Yes. Okay. So now here, if you observe, right, it is showing data, but this is not showing data. The reason is the Vivo was not attached properly. Just observe that. In the advanced table region, just check that there is no instance. View instance was not there. We need to apply that. Okay. XX PO details view 1. Okay. Now just rerun it and just see. Yeah. Okay. Now we are able to see both data, and technically, or maybe, if you from the user interface purpose, you don't find much difference now. Okay. But there are some extra functionalities which we'll learn later. But now what I'll do is I'll try to use advanced table only. Okay. Because so that will be familiar and these can be used in next sessions. Now here, what happened? To display any column, you require one column item, and then in that you require the appropriate item, then you require a column header also. Okay. So now what we do is, like in our case, we want to display all these things, right? 2, 4, 6, total 7. So we require 6 more columns. So I'll just create new column, and this new column, you need to create header also. So whatever the header which you create in the sortable header, that will be displayed here. That will be displayed here. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just, on the column 2, I'll perform Control C, and then there itself, I'll just mention, I'll perform Control V. Can you see it getting pasted one by one? Control V, Control V. Clear?
Yes.
So 3 plus 3, I require one more. Now, then what I do is I'll delete from here. PO header ID, I don't want to display the above table region again. Okay. Yes. I'll just remove that above one by one. So PO header ID I already considered, so I'll just delete it. Just delete button.
The segment 1 to this one, right? Item 2.
Yes. So first one, PO header ID is already available. I'll just delete this one. And segment 1 I require. So I'll just expand like this. Okay, expand. And here, what I'll do is I'll just drag and drop. So that it will cut paste. Dragging, copy paste is different, cut paste is different, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drag and drop. So this way, at least, like when you have a larger number of components, this becomes very easy. Okay, so rename column header also, so that, we'll not have any confusion. I'll say vendor ID COL like this. This is vendor site ID COL. This is kind of a drawback for the advanced table legend. They should have provided the wizard option, but it is not there from long term. This is this one. and this is this one. Okay, that's it. And now we need to manually create mention the column headers. There is no option. Shortcut. P1 number. Vendor name we have to display, but as of now I'm displaying vendor ID. So these all we have to change one by one. At a time we should not try to do all these things. Okay. Next one is currency.
It displays the column heading, right? This is the column.
Yeah, correct. This is a column heading. What is the last one? Comments. Okay.
When you drag the from first table, automatically that is get deleted, or you deleted from that?
When you drag and drop, it's a cut paste concept.
Okay,
when you perform it, yeah, that's what it is. Cut paste.
Otherwise, copy and paste also we can do, right? Otherwise,
yeah, when you do, yeah, if you do copy paste, what will happen? It will get duplicated, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we want to delete it.
No, first one you can delete, copy paste, and then first one manually I can delete, right? Even after make sure after it copied into the second table, then I can delete like how you did the first column. I can delete manually, right?
Yes, correct. That also works. Okay, yeah. So we got the data. So now next thing is, let's do the remaining functionality. So first of all, expand this one. Let us display width as 95%. Okay. And now what we want to do it, like here, we have this particular data, right? I'll just have a create button, okay? I'll just have a create button. When a user clicks on a create button, it has to navigate to our DML page, okay? So here, on this particular advanced table region, perform a right click, new table actions, new table actions. In this new table actions, what we do is, we'll try to have an item, okay? And we'll set it as submit button. I'll say create button. So I'll say create PO, create PO. Because creation is a new record. So obviously require a separate link. For the view, update, and delete, we will have the links within the table region itself. But for this one, we require a separate link. So now what I'll do is make a note of this create button. And now in the process form request, so what I'll do is, if page context dot get parameter is not equal to null, what we want to do, we want to navigate to another page. We want to navigate to the another page. So to navigate to another page, we have some concept called page context dot forward immediately. So there are a number of functionalities available, but this is one of the way. Using this particular method, page context dot forward immediately, you can navigate from one page to another page. But it requires the page path. It requires the destination page path. So now to understand what is the destination page path, the best thing is just simply run the existing page, the target page, and just copy paste the address. So now I'm running the PO details, PO details page. And then copy the address of the PO details page. Okay. And one more thing is, like, when generally what happens is during designing, you may have some naming convention. Later on, that also will keep changing. So there are chances, there are few things which you can change it. There are few things which we cannot change it, where you require a total redesigning of the component also. But that's a normal, common issue in every project. Okay. So just copy this path. Do you understand? Like, where did I copy? Just Control A, Control C, and just paste the address here somewhere. And after that, whatever you have after, just remove this address of like a till OHTML, just remove this one. And after page also remove whatever you have, remove this. And then this becomes your page path. OA.jsp : page is equal to whatever you have, that becomes a page path. So now I'll go to the PO search page, and here I'll just paste that. Okay. Whenever I click on create button, I want to navigate to the other page. Okay.
Other things is common. Other all these parameters. All
They are
this.
just default. We just need to follow them. Okay. Let's see whether we are able to navigate or not. Okay. Okay. Now it is 95% expandable. I'll just click on this create pivot. Can you see? We navigated to the pivot details page. Okay. I'll just say pivot header ID 3, or maybe let us say I'll start with 5 today. PO underscore 005. Vendor ID, I'll just say 250 something, 350 something. Status is new. Currency code is USD. Then PO comments 5, something like this. I'll click on save. Data saved successfully. I'll just click on cancel. It will not go right because we don't have the details of the other page yet, isn't it? So now we have to implement the similar functionality on the cancel page of the which page? Pivot search page, so details page. So in the pivot details page, what we require? So I'll just copy paste the same logic. There is nothing specialty here. So copy this particular functionality, and now go to the pivot details CO. Go to the pivot details CO, and now whenever user clicks on, what is that name? Cancel button. Cancel. Copy this name. And what is the destination page name? Pivot search page. Everything is same. The package structure is same. Just the name is different, right? I can just simply change like this. Pivot search PG. Okay. Now let's navigate from search page now to just see whether it works or not. Total to and fro should work now. From create to search, search to create. Okay. Now we are in the search page. I'll simply click on create. Now we are in the create page. I don't want to enter any data. I just want to click on cancel. Got it? You're able to navigate from search page to the create page. And when I click on cancel, I'm navigating back to the search page. Got it?
Yeah, search page is that one, right? Search page. Total, we see this is the search one. PO, enter the PO ID, PO number. That is the search.
Yes.
This is the PO details.
Yes. When you click on create PO, this is your PO DML page. We
PO
have
DML.
to, better we name it as PO DML page so that will not have any confusion.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, I'll just say PO details, I think. In this one, I'll just say PO details DML page. Okay. So far, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So now what we do is, so let's click on cancel. So here, now, the functionality, what I want to achieve is like when I click on create, yes, I'm creating the page in the create mode. But now let us say if I want to view the existing PO details, if I want to view this existing PO, how do I do it? I don't want to redesign a new page for each functionality, isn't it? I don't want to design a new page for each functionality. Yeah. What we do now is, first of all, creation we have done, like when you click on create, it is creating a new record, that is fine. Let us implement the view functionality. Nothing but whenever I click on view on the PO header ID, I want to open the same page. And display the data. Okay.
Yeah, but here no, above there is search is then you did not implement the PO number, enter PO ID. That one we did not implemented that one, right? That functionality.
Yeah, we have not implemented. See, this will take good amount of time. I'm implementing piece by piece.
Okay,
so
but that search is.
I remember that. I remember.
Now what we are doing is that is just now our from PO details to DML page, right? Now we are actually the code which we implemented is here PO details to the DML creation and back, right?
Yes.
Can you go to create button? Can you click on the create PO? Then this one yesterday, this form we developed yesterday. This one, when you enter the data, save it. It says when it now we wrote the code on cancel button. When it cancel back, then you navigate it to that other the one which we developed today. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Correct. Yeah, we can finish the search functionality. What we can do is like just get the parameter and based on the search button, right? We just need to execute the Vivo. So now what we can do is right in the Pivo search, make a note of the components, like which are the components. One is Pivo header ID. Search page, Pivo header ID. Just make a note of this one. And Pivo number. Then what's the other one? Search button. Okay. So whenever user clicks on a search button, just simply pass the parameter and execute the Vivo. Okay. One more thing is like we have not binded the parameter. We need to bind them, or we can dynamically pass them. There are a number of ways we can do it. Let us bind the parameter dynamically this time. Okay. So string Pivo header ID str is equal to page context. I'm taking all of the components in a what you call with the string only, but we can have a restriction based on the requirement also we can do. And now go to AMyMPL. This initialization method, whichever we have, what we do is earlier we have executed from the AMyMPL. We don't require this now. I'll just comment this and I will change this functionality now. What I'll do is this main AMyMPL, whatever the method which I have already, I'll just rename this, create two parameters for this one. One is Pivo header ID str, Pivo number str. Okay. Now I'll just say set where clause null. Set where clause. And then what we do is now we are adding up the query at runtime. So now what we require is, so what I want to add up, I want to add up header ID is equal to :1 and segment 1 is nothing but our P1 number is equal to :2. Okay. Now we need to make sure that like we need to consider whether are they mandatory or not. We have to consider. So just use appropriately like this. Okay. This is nothing but adding up the where clause at runtime. Now what we do is we are setting up the set where clause param 0, Pivo header ID. Set where clause param 1, Pivo number ID str, execute query, and always print the query now. We understand whether this is correct or not by using this only. Vivo.get query. This way we can understand what is happening at runtime if at all, if we get any issue. Okay. So let's try. Okay. So nothing got executed because we have removed the initialization logic. Now, before executing, just check the logs one by one. I'll enter what is the data we have. Let me enter Pivo header ID 2. Pivo ID 2. I'll just click on search. It says no search conducted. It says no search conducted. So probably the method is not executed. Whenever you see no search conducted, it means that the underlying view of the table region is never got executed. So the basic thing is somewhere some logic missing in the CO. In this CO, I have not yet called that, isn't it? The method was not yet called. So we just need to call that. I'll copy the EM code here. am.init xxpo details. str p1 number str. Okay. Now let's run it. Yeah. So let's say without entering data, I'll click on search and see what happens. Can you see? We got the 2 records. Let's try what is a query at runtime. Just copy paste this query. This particular logic helps a lot generally. Okay. So let's start from this one. This was a query which was generated at runtime. And this is a where clause which was added up at runtime dynamically. Okay. Now let's say I will enter the PO header ID. Just click on search, right? We're able to get only the data which we require. Okay. Now we can also change this functionality, like instead of the normal region, change this search region to message component layout so that the look and feel is good. So I'll just change this header region to message component layout. Now what you do is, okay, under this search region, right? Under this search region, I'll just create a new region. I'll just change that to message component layout and just simply drag and drop here as a child. Drag and drop as a child. And now we have one more extra thing, the button. So I'll just try to drag and drop as a child. Okay, can you see? It is not allowing. This message component layout allows only message component kind of components. It will not allow you to have the buttons. But there is a solution for that. What you do is just click on new. Okay. Now just see how it looks like. Or else what we can do is we can just have another region for the button purpose. It's just only look and feel. There is no functionality difference, just a look and feel difference. Okay, can you see?
Yeah.
This is how it looks like. So what I have done, I just created a new region called message component layout. And in this message component layout region, it will allow you to add up only components of type message. Can you see message checkbox, message choice, message download? It will allow only these set of components. And here, if you observe, there are some new components in the 12.2. The message rating bar was not there earlier. And also the footer component, right? This footer region was not there earlier. Earlier in the 12.1.3, there was a different way of, like having the component for submit button. But now they provided this footer region. So if it is not available, what you can do is you can just simply have the component independently. What we generally do is for the text input components, we'll have the message component layout. And especially for the button component, what we do is we'll just have a different region, like maybe a single stack layout or row layout region. Let us say a row layout region like this. And in this one, we'll have the component. Let us say, I'll just have a dummy component for now to understand how it looks like. I'll just say dummy item. Just run the page now.
But I'm okay, right? I'm working at 12.1.3, but now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That is why I'm telling you. That doesn't matter.
No, that item is not
if it
there,
is not available, just let it be. If it is available, you can try it out.
right?
So major important thing is when you're trying to change the region style, sometimes you may lose all the components of a component. So better always create a new region separately and drag and drop them. Okay, that is the easiest, best way. Okay, can you see? Now the search button was getting displayed appropriately within this particular component. But now what is happening? This dummy button getting displayed separately like this. Of course, we have separate kind of formatting options. We can discuss them later. But for now, what you can do is, if at all, if you don't have this particular footer region in the message component layout, let just simply create a new region, have the item there. Okay, or let the region be header region only. Okay. Functional device, there is no issue, only just a visual representation differentiation. Okay. So now in our case, right now, so far, like at the search page, right? So here, if you observe search page, I'll just click on search. Good. We're able to display. Now, what is the thing I want to do is we'll try to implement one more functionality and we'll stop it. So on the PO header ID, I will change this PO header ID to hyperlink. And when I click on that link, I want to navigate to the create page, and it has to populate the data for the selected PO. Okay. So first thing is we have to change this to hyperlink. The PO search page, the PO header ID we have in the column, PO header ID, which was a text style text, change it to link. Change it to link. And also, and here, just say PO header ID link. It doesn't matter, even though whether you give it or not, it doesn't matter. This will not get displayed. Next thing is client action. Set it as fire action. Set it as fire action, and I'll say I'll just name it differently, so that XX PO header ID. I'm naming it as XX PO header ID. Okay. Oh, this is an event name, right? I'll just say PO view event. This is a PO view event. I'll make a note of that. PO view event. And now in the parameter, now this is the new thing which you need to discuss. In the parameter section, just click on this particular icon, and here we need to add up a parameter. But what parameter we have to add up? Let us see that one by one. So for this one, what we require is for the search page, right? Whenever I click on this particular PO, this particular header ID has to be passed from this page to the another page. We have to get the current record header ID. So for that, in the way, if we have a functionality like a simple the spell expression logic, which we used earlier also. So let's get that. So now in the PO details, this is our Vivo name. We need to get the Vivo instance. Generally, in our case, Vivo instance will be with the suffix 1 and the PO header ID. This is my PO header ID. Now these two things we require. So I'll make a note here. Or better, sorry. This is my event name. This is this one. And then $OA dot Vivo dot your particular this one. And I'll just say Vivo XX PO header ID. Now go back to the page, PO search page, PO header ID. And now in this parameter section, click on the parameter section, click on add new parameter. In this one parameter name, mention XX PO header ID. And for the value, mention this one.
XX PO header ID.
It's a user-defined parameter. It's a user-defined parameter.
Okay.
We are defining it. This particular parameter will have the value when you click on the hyperlink. And what is the value? What is the value it will have is that current row record PO header ID, it will have it.
Okay. Any name you can give, no? XX PO header ID. At this time you can give any. This is our parameter name, correct?
Yeah. It's a user developer defined name. Now in the PO search CO, what we require, just else if page context dot get parameters. Okay. I'll just assign this event. Okay, that's the easiest way. Event name str is equal to this one. So this is our event name, Pivot view event. This is the event name dot equals this one. And this equals to this event. What we want to do, first of all, get the pivot header ID. If pivot header ID is correct, then only we can do the remaining functionality. That is why what we do is try to get the first pivot header ID first. So I'll just say pivot header ID str is equal to same thing, page context dot get parameter, this one. And you can display. As of now, I will not navigate. I just want to know whether I'm able to capture the pivot header or not. So I'll just say, as of now, I'll just display pro new UI exception captured header ID. That's it. Now just run the page this time. So if we are able to capture the header ID, then we can implement the remaining functionality. So always do only partial kind of functionality at a time. Else it will screw up everything. It becomes complex to debug. That is why we have to implement the functionalities very, very minimal, step by step. First, validate whether it is hyperlink or not. Yes, it is hyperlink. First functionality is achieved. Just click on the hyperlink and just see whether it will display the pivot header ID or not. Can you see? It captured the pivot header ID. Similarly, try the other one. It captured the pivot header ID, right? So now we are able to get the pivot header ID properly. Okay. So once I click on this hyperlink, it has to navigate. So to navigate, one more important thing is navigation, we know it, but we have to pass the parameter also. We have to pass the parameters also. Okay, that also we have to understand. And also we have to pass the appropriate mode, because I want to implement only a single page for all the operations, the view, create, as well as update. Okay. So what we do is that will take some more time. Better I'll stop here. And in the next session, we'll discuss about navigation of this view page and the completion of the lines also. We'll finish the lines and then, like we can implement the again remaining functionalities one by one.
Where it goes, suppose when we click on this pivot header ID, which form is supposed to navigate?
For all the three functionalities, this page only I will use it. For all the three functionalities, for the insertion, view, and update. Only this page, single page. We have to use spell logic, dynamic logic, so that we can display this content in the view mode, update mode, read-only mode, whatever the mode it is.
Again, it is going to populate pivot header details, right? All the details.
Yes, if you select the existing record, obviously it has to provide that. If you select the existing record, it has to show the pivot details. If you are creating a new pivot, it has to provide the empty data. Okay. See, we can easily design independent pages, but if it is a simple pages, yes, you can design independently. But if it is a complex page, what will happen is managing of those pages becomes very difficult. That is why we have to always minimize the component usage. That is why I want to implement a functionality like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.